iframes in HTML5. My name is Dion and this is for education.org. So we're going to discuss the iframes. What are iframes? Then some width and height, and then the name. First, iframes. What are iframes? What's an iframe? An iframe is an HTML screen inside an HTML screen. So it's a nested screen inside HTML. So you see a browser, and inside the browser you see another little browser screen. And you can nest as much as you want. Configuration. This is one iframe and you have to close it as well. For me strange, but you have to close the iframe. And then which HTML file will it open? You define it with the source, the src. So iframe, and now you say in this iframe I will open this website. And we'll see what that website is about. The demo. Let's go to the files. They are here. Open my template. I'm going to use that one and I will call it iframe.html. Let's call it iframes. File, and I'm going to say here iframes. So this is clear. This is the iframes. File, save as, and then iframes.html. Okay, now the iframe. I say iframe source equals, let's open the website www.vk.nl. That's a Dutch newspaper. I like short names for the presentation, so that's why I do this. This is the iframe, and I have to close it down as well. Iframe. Okay, this is the small p, of course. So this is the iframe file, save, and now I'm going to open my iframe. This is the iframe I created. And now inside the iframe it will open the website vk.nl. Takes a little bit longer, but there it is, and I can scroll it. And so it's a browser inside a browser. Do you know who that guy is? Well, it's a question for you. So that is the iframe. Now we're going to check the width and the height. We can change the width with the attribute width is, and then comes the amount of pixels you want. We can also make it a percentage as well. If you want to say it has to be 50% of the screen, just type in the 50%. Then the height, we can change that one with the attribute width. That's not good. It has to be height, of course, and that one has to be height as well. I will change the presentation for you. So the demo, let's go on to see how that one looks. So it was a really small screen we already seen. Let's say I want to change the height. Sorry, first the width, and I say the width has to be at least 75% of the screen. I'm gonna save it, refreshing, so this is 75% of the screen. I can also say, that's some happy guys, I can also say height has to be, well, let's make it just 10 pixels, really small, but this is just for example. File, save, refresh, and only 10 pixels. That's really, really small. But it was an example. Now, next one comes the name. When you have multiple iframes, and you can have multiple iframes, it's a must to have names with a navigation. You use the attribute name for it, and here comes the identifier for the iframe. Let's see how that will work. I'm in here. Let's get rid of those. Well, let's keep the width. And this is going to be my first iframe. I will call it name1. And what I will do is create some new files, and I will call them iframes _1.html. So multiple frames with multiple contents. and multiple naming. So this has to be unique so it knows which frame is where. First I have to create that files as well. So I'm going to open my template. I will call it iframe. Let's call it X for here. And this one will be iframe underscore 1. Give it a break. As well, file save as. This will be iframe underscore 1.html. Save. This is going to be iframe 2. And this is going to be iframe 3. So let's rephrase that. This is my main file with 3 iframes in it, and it will refer to the 3 iframes I created. And so let's see how that works. Go to the browser, refreshing it. It's still opening the magazine Volkskrant. That's not the one we want. So refresh the iframes. This is the one. And there we go. Naming convention is not correct. That name is iframes. So it has to be iframe. File save. Refresh it again. Well, let's start from scratch. And there we go. So what I see, this is the frame, and it has 1, 2, 3 frames. This is the frame number 1, frame number 2, and iframe number 3. So this is also the end. Watch also the next. So this is the end. So this is the end. Also watch the next video where we're going to navigate through those 3 iframes, and that's going to be interesting. So iframes. An iframe is a frame inside a frame, a website inside a website. Then we can change the width and the height of it. And we also saw the naming. Naming is important when you have multiple iframes. This was Dion Dresjes for Education.org, and I want to thank you for staying smart.